But anyway, he actually had a couple of interesting things to say here in this clip. So forgive my cynicism earlier. This is actually pretty insightful stuff from Nick Saban on NIL.
They made over $3 million in name, image, and likeness. And but I do think that the concerns are, there has to be some guidelines that sort of protect competitive balance, in how we do this. And, the advent of collectives has created a way for, third parties to make contributions to marketing organizations who can create opportunities for players, which I think is a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Creates opportunities for players. That's a good thing. I think when it's used in recruiting and players start making choices and decisions based on promises that are made in name, image, and likeness, I'm not sure that is a good thing. So I do think there needs to be some guidelines, in that. And I think there needs to be transparency in, how all that's done. And I do think there needs to be some protection for players when it comes to people who represent them and third parties who are involved, people who get between, the money and the player, because those people have a responsibility and obligation to professionally represent the players in a first-class way. And right now we have no guidelines for any of these things, and I think that's a bit of a concern.
I actually like everything that Nick Saban said there. There's a lot of good there. So to Borky's comment a second ago, you don't have to love the messenger if you're not a Nick Saban fan, but the message is a good one. So a couple of things that stand out. First of all, Alabama had about $3 million in NIL deals. It's a great number, but it's not like a blow-you-away crazy number, especially if we are to believe what he told us at Media Days a year ago, where Bryce Young is quarterback, before taking a snap as the starting quarterback at Alabama, had about $1 million. So we're talking about $1 million last year to Bryce Young, and the rest of the team splitting around $2 million. Doesn't seem unreasonable. My assumption would be that number is much larger this year, yes, 2022, than it was, because you have a returning Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. You have the best defensive player on paper and on the field on your roster as well. And you've kind of added some transfer portal guys, and the game has changed a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what that number is at Alabama this year. My guess is it's much larger than $3 million.
Significantly higher. And I loved what he said about protecting the players. I actually believe he's genuine here, because if you read about some of these contracts these kids are getting themselves into, they're signing their rights away. The ones that they just got, in some cases, these $5, $6, $7 million contracts, the players signing all of their marketing rights over to the collective to get that money. And so anything they do, they don't get to – it's a lot of money, but they sign their stuff away. So that's got to be protected. And the next thing, collectives or boosters or whoever making promises to players that they think Alabama wants or maybe knows Alabama wants, and they're promising, hey, you're going to come in and start right away when you go to Alabama, take this money and go there. Then they show up on campus, and Nick Saban's like, wait, what the hell? They said what? That's got to be an issue for them.
I do like that in a time where we've got Jimbo Fisher ducking every question about NIL. Saban just comes by and says, hey, here's our number. This is what our guys are making. What are your guys making? He's putting it in somebody's face.
Yeah.
And if you want to play Jimbo Fisher and you want to play, well, we're not doing that, well, then what you're just saying is, wow, I can go to Alabama and make money, and I can't go to Texas A&M and make money.
I think we're going to visit with Billy Lucci tomorrow from Texags. I'm going to ask Billy about this because Jimbo's doing exactly right. Well, I don't know. I mean, we got our collectives. I don't know what's going on. Would you just stop lying to us?
Yeah.
Like, just stop lying. If Lane Kiffin knows how it works, if Mike Leach knows how it works, if Nick Saban knows how it works, you're either the most obtuse head-in-the-sand guy in the history of the world, or you're just a liar. And you told us very, very clearly, in your own words, I'm not a cheater and I'm not a liar. So you are either the most dense person in all of college football, or you're a habitual liar. Because not only are you lying to our face, but you're lying to us about lying to our face.
Can we get Nick Saban to bring out he's a habitual liar? Can we go old school Billy Brewer, Jackie Sherrill here? I want that to happen.
Yes, that would be lovely. What we found out down the road, though, was that Billy Brewer and Jackie Sherrill actually did
Really good friends.
They actually kind of liked each other along.
They
the
knew
way.
how to keep the show going, though.
But Billy Brewer calling Jackie Sherrill the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what Jimbo did to Nick Saban.
Jackie said Billy doesn't know how to spell habitual. I mean, these are good times.
Yes, they are good times.
I know the league office shut them both down, but Saban's response to Jimbo's response to Saban, and then him today tells me that he heard Jimbo. The warning.
On what front?
He heeded the warning, is what that struck me as.
What, that Saban didn't want Jimbo to expose
He
all of the inner
didn't
workings?
want to take it one step further.
Yeah, it was kind of a mutually assured destruction thing that was that they were engaging in, and you don't know what the collateral would have been. I mean, other than Lane Kiffin as Jimmy Hart, cheering it all on from the ringside. So
People around here forget that whole thing started with Lane Kiffin telling the media that Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M are going to hit the luxury tax because they're paying so much, and Jimbo calling him a clown.
Yeah.
Nobody here's talking about that. They forgot that happened.